allegiance.
Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you, Chief. I'll offer our invocation tonight. Our Father in heaven, as we come before Thee this evening in our city council meeting, we ask that Thou would bless us, that we would have Thy Spirit to lead us and guide us. We're so very grateful for the opportunity we have to serve in this capacity and the opportunity we have to make decisions that will hopefully benefit the residents of our community and help them to live their best lives. We're grateful for all of our city employees and especially for our public safety employees and the safety and comfort that they provide to us. And we ask a blessing upon them that would watch over them and protect them, help them to perform to the best of their abilities and return home each night to their families. And we ask that same blessing upon all our city employees, and we're grateful for the freedoms and liberties that we enjoy in this country and the ability we have to share our opinions and speak freely. And we ask that would help us to always defend that right and be grateful for it. We're grateful once again for the many blessings that we enjoy and ask that would help us to make decisions that are fair and in accordance with Thy will. And we offer this prayer in the name of Thy Son, Jesus Christ. Amen.
Amen.
All right, we now have a time for public comment. This is an opportunity to address the City Council regarding your concerns or ideas. No action will be taken during the public comment period. If you choose to come up to the microphone, please state your name and your city of residence and try to limit your comments to 3 minutes. Seeing no public comment, we'll move on to presentations and reports. For the mayor's report, I have a couple of things. We did have a meeting with UDOT yesterday concerning the timeline for the bridge project. And it was somewhat disappointing. They're planning on being done sometime in mid-May. I asked them how we could go from having a project that was going to take about 3 months from August to Black Friday to going to something that's 5 months where they've been working on it a month already. But they said they'd sent their crews to I-215 projects. They were planning on working around the clock back on that at that time. That's no longer going to happen. So Mr. Douglas, he's not here tonight, but he always does such a good job, and he pushed him and just said, well, can you please bring those crews back and make them work 24 hours? And he always asked the hard questions. They said they would try to and see if they can shave a couple of weeks off it, but it's just going to be May. So it's unfortunate. We also pressed them about our interchange request on Interstate 84, and that apparently is probably not going to work, but they did have other options of maybe some ways to access that area. I had WACOG last night, and it was kind of fun being one of the more experienced people with 9 new mayors. We had, I don't want to say we'd made too much of a plan in advance, but we kind of had. Those of us that had been around a little bit. And so when all those committees came available, me and Mayor Porter and Mayor Allen just kind of went through real quick, and even Commissioner Harvey. And so I'm on the Regional Growth Committee. I'm on the Transportation Coordinating Committee, which is both the long-term and short-term funding for transportation projects. I was able to stay on the I'm on the transportation funding for the county, and I'm also the vice chair of WACOG, so it was pretty productive. So anyway, it was good, and it was kind of funny to see those other mayors. They didn't really know what to expect, and pretty soon it was over, and all the places were taken, and it was kind of fun being experienced. So hopefully we can put that to good use. Andrew Gruber was there from the Wasatch Front Regional Council, and I'm excited to get back into some of those committees and see if we can do some things to help Riverdale with that. So that's all I have. City Council assignment reports. Anything from your assignments? Okay. Swearing in. Miss Maragoni is going to take care of swearing in. We have some newly elected officials tonight and also a new police officer we're going to swear in. So we will turn that over to Miss Maragoni. All right. Sure. Wherever. Over here. I go over here?
I forgot he was over there.
Okay.
Okay, so raise your right hand and repeat after me. I state your name.
I, Braden Mitchell,
Do solemnly swear
do solemnly swear
that I will support and defend the Constitution of the United States of America
that I will support and defend the Constitution of the United States of America
and the state of Utah
and the state of Utah
against all enemies, foreign and domestic,
against all enemies, foreign and domestic,
and that I will discharge my duties with fidelity.
and that I will discharge my duties with fidelity.
Lock of wood.
What are you gonna do? You need to swear him in to be the vice chair of WACOG also.
That's pretty important.
Yeah, it is important, yes, it is.
Yeah, I'm excited. Okay.
You didn't sign it, so no.
Yep. You're official.
Should have wore your top hat.
Oh, I should have wore the whole
You know?
costume, huh?
Oh,
And my cane
no.
and everything.
Over here a little bit more.
For
Raise your right
a
hand.
picture.
I state your name.
I, Annie Hansen,
Do solemnly swear
do solemnly swear
that I will support and defend
that I will support and defend
the Constitution of the United States of America
the Constitution of the United States of America
and the state of Utah
and the state of Utah
against all enemies, foreign and domestic,
against all enemies, foreign and domestic,
and that I will discharge my duties with fidelity.
and that I will discharge my duties with fidelity. I'll sign your line.
So repeat.
Aw.
Oh, guys, I would have moved.
We wanted you in it.
Oh.
Okay, yeah. Good, Barbara. Good to see you.
I'm gonna bring these on next time.
Got a photographer. Okay, raise your right hand and repeat after me.
It's okay, I can zoom, honey. We've got this technology down.
I state your name.
Bart Stevens,
Do solemnly swear
do solemnly swear
that I will support and defend
that I will support and defend
the Constitution of the United States of America
the Constitution of the United States of America
and the state of Utah
and the state of Utah
against all enemies, foreign and domestic,
against all enemies, foreign and domestic,
and that I will discharge my duties with fidelity.
and I will discharge my duties with fidelity.
Listen, Dad, you wanna say something first? or you-
No? No. I've said enough so far.
Camera work, Debbie.
Let's see here. All right. There he is. All right. I just want to take a second to briefly introduce you to Parker Ebert. I spoke to you guys a few weeks ago about Parker, and I just can't express how excited I am to have him as a part of our police department. Parker is really invested in being here in Riverdale. He spent his entire life growing up as a part of our family in the police department. Some of you know, he's got a proud father over here, James Ebert, who retired from Riverdale Police Department, I believe, after 22, 23 years as a lieutenant. And so James did a great job. I want to take a brief second and just acknowledge him and thank him for his contributions to our police department. There's a lot of good principles and culture things that he helped implement that we're still utilizing and build upon today. And I know a lot of those principles that were very positive and important to our department, James has also implemented within his own home with Parker. So it's easy for me to say, hey, you know. But Parker really wanted to work for Riverdale City. He could have worked at a lot of different departments. He was employed by South Ogden with their public works. they were recruiting him pretty heavy as well. And he wanted to work for us. And so we don't typically sponsor, so he even took it a step further and resigned from his position, put himself to the academy in hopes that we would have an opportunity coming up. And if not, then he would have went somewhere and then came right to us, hopefully, as soon as we had the opportunity, because we talked about this a bunch. But we were lucky that the stars aligned, and we were able to get Parker as a part of our team. And so as I went to his graduation this last week, it was the Parker Ebert show. He was the class leader in both sessions of the police academy. They select certain people to be the leaders of the class, and he was nominated for both of those positions. He obtained the the academic award, the PT award, I believe, and the firearms award. Just about every award you could get. He should have just stayed up there. So it's not too often that you have a cadet that achieves all of those accomplishments, and so it was pretty exceptional. And so I just, like I says, am really super proud to have him here. He's a pretty big guy. Steve was joking, wondering where he gets his height from. Sorry, James. But I couldn't be more proud because I know he's truly invested in the city. You know, he spent a lot of Christmases at home as a kid worrying about his dad, and coming to our parties and growing up at our police department. And it's kind of what a great story to be able to have his career here and have those same sacrifices that he experienced with his dad and be able to serve this community as well. And he knows how lucky he is to work for such a great city because he's heard it his entire life. I brag to my kids how awesome Riverdale City is and that we work for the best city in the state of Utah. And I know he heard that his entire life as well. And so it's truly an honor. I'll let you say a few words, and then we'll swear you in if you'd like. Come on, James. I met Parker. He's calling him James here. I know. I was told he was being quiet. I'm like, you just got to get him out of the shell.
I am very ill prepared for this. I didn't know I was going to be talking, but like Chief Warren said, I did a lot of investing and looking into agencies around the whole entire state, and I never heard a single bad thing about Riverdale. And so that's one of the biggest reasons why I really, pushed, because I wanted to, really build a positive foundation in starting my career in law enforcement. And I am more than pleased. I haven't been working too long, but I'm more than pleased with not only all the officers that I work with, but also all of the support staff and everything like that. So thank you.
That being said, let's swear him in.
He said if you want to, you should want to. You sure?
If I want to what?
Do this.
Yes, I'm sure.
Raise your right hand and repeat after me. I state your name.
I, Parker Ebert,
Do solemnly swear
do solemnly swear
that I will support and defend
that I will support and defend
the Constitution of the United States of America
the Constitution of the United States of America
and the state of Utah
and the state of Utah
against all enemies, foreign and domestic,
against all enemies, foreign and domestic,
and that I will discharge my duties
and that I will discharge my duties
as a Riverdale City Police Officer with fidelity.
as a Riverdale City Police Officer with fidelity.
Counselor Stevens.
Parker, I've seen your dad run, literally chase down suspects. Can you run like him?
Faster. I'm a little bit faster, but yeah.
I'm a little faster than my dad too.
2.0.
Well, it's interesting. I was thinking, I think James is a lieutenant here back in the day, and now we've got his son here. We have the former Chief Brinkman's son here as well. That speaks quite a bit that those two would want to come back to the department and work here. They obviously have heard good things, and I know the chief shared about your awards again, and we don't hire a lot of new graduates in Riverdale. We usually let the other cities train them and kind of weed them out and sort through the good ones. And then once we know that we got a real good one, then we'll go snag them from somewhere. And we've had good luck with that. But when he talked about all your awards and how, plus your bloodline, we knew we were getting a good one. I have a friend that just started the police academy yesterday. I've worked with him in the pharmacy for years and years, but he always wanted to be a police officer. And And I told him, I said, hey, we just hired a guy right out of the academy. I said, he got every award they had there. I said, you better lock in and be ready to get that stuff, because that's your chance to be successful. So anyway, we're thrilled to have you. You have our full support. We're proud that we support our police officers the way we do, and we're looking forward to a long career with you, and hopefully we can just keep you around for a long time. So welcome. Yeah. Anybody else? Okay, perfect. Thank you. All right, consent items. Number 1, consideration to approve the meeting minutes from the December 16th, 2025 council work session and council meeting.
Fire here. Way to go.
Yeah.
Always good to see you.
He doesn't know how loud he is. I don't think he cares.
All right, so we've got those consent items. Are there any corrections or changes to those minutes? Seeing none, we would need a motion to approve. Counselor Arnold.
Move to approve the meeting minutes from December 16th work session and council meeting.
Very good. We have a motion. Do we have a second?
Second.
Motion to second. Any discussion on that motion? All in favor say yes.
Yes.
Any opposed? Okay, that passes and they are approved. We'll now move on to our action items. Number 1, consideration of ordinance 999 regarding proposed text amendments to the Riverdale City Code Title 10, Chapter 22, Planned Residential Unit Developments. Mr. Cooper or Mr. Brooks?
Nice. Sorry.
Sorry.
I was just going to say, before we decide to talk about it, I'm concerned that what we were provided isn't the final ordinance because it didn't have any of the recommendations from the Planning Commission included. And so I don't know, honestly, if it's appropriate for us to discuss it if we haven't had a chance to review that with those recommendations. And I wanted to bring it up first because if the rest of the council or if Mr. Brooks thinks we should proceed, I'm
Okay.
fine. I just felt like we needed to
Okay.
address that what we've seen doesn't have any of those changes included in it.
Okay, thank you. Counselor Arnold.
Well, I was going to ask if we could table it for this meeting, just take it to the next meeting. With it being a full rewrite, it seems like just the way it was presented, that I didn't have an opportunity to go through it as thorough as I wanted to. And so I was going to ask the council if we could, I don't think it's in a dire need that we pass it today, that if we can at least table it for 2 weeks and get an opportunity to look at it more, for myself, to look at it more thoroughly, that I would ask that favor from the council. And
So are you making a motion to table?
if there's I'll make a motion to table to see if there's a possibility of just pushing it back 2 weeks.
We have a motion to table. Do we have a second?
I'll second so that we can have discussion if there's discussion
Okay,
on it.
so we have a motion and a second. Is there discussion on the motion? Counselor
Now,
Stevens.
We can get the verbiage corrected from the council, from the planning commission correct
In that time?
in that time that won't invalidate what's on here. I mean, we just pull it up and substitute it.
The stuff that's in your packet won't change. It would just be some of the supplemental stuff that we'll supply you with, so it'll be
Couple of
fine.
additions,
The
yeah.
ordinance is missing some of the language. So we don't have the final ordinance, from what I understand, unless I'm misunderstanding.
No, that's true. I was on vacation over the break, and unfortunately, I
what I
realized
thought.
that we didn't get those included. I was going to recommend in my presentation that you just, in your motion, include the recommendation. It's really 2 simple ones. One swapping a couple of numbers, and then the second one was just adding a provision for that's already in our code, but just belt and suspenders, adding a provision that would require amenities to be in a first phase. But if you feel more comfortable having that written both in the transmittal and in the ordinance, I totally understand that.
Counselor Arnold.
One of the things about the PRUD ordinance is it's always bit us in the butt. We had to go to a moratorium for a little bit because when these things come in, and they come in under this ordinance, and they have, we've had street problems, garbage problems,
Sewer.
sewer, fire hydrant. I mean, there's not a thing about these that hasn't been kind of a problem for us, and that's why I was hoping just to be able to go through it a little more. I mean, something as simple as the landscaping. You know, it's calls for 75% live plants and things. It can be 25% can be supplemented with rocks and stuff like that, and you know, the xeriscaping. And I think, I don't know what we're going to be looking at this summer. I think we might be a little dry, and so I mean, if we have the ability to do some of this thing where we can actually dial it in a little better, that's one of the reasons I just asked for the 2 weeks to look at it a little closer.
It's a massive document. I mean, I read the whole thing, but I probably didn't even give it the, you know what I mean, the time and that I probably should have devoted to it. But I caught all those things, and it might be nice to have Mr. Douglas here as we discuss it too. He has had some strong opinions in the past. I thought he might be here tonight, but okay. So not too much talking about it though, because we have a motion and a second to put it on the table. So with that, is any more discussion on that? Ms. Maragoni, will you please poll the council?
Counselor Hanson,
Yes.
Counselor Richter,
Yes.
Counselor Arnold,
Yes.
Counselor Stevens.
Yes.
Okay. So that is tabled, and we will just hope to get that final clean version in our meeting for 2 weeks.
Want to say that was my fault.
Okay.
It was not her fault. She's taking the blame. I was incomplete in my packet.
I'll take my fault too, because I didn't read it. And, I mean, I wasn't prepared for that one because I put so much in the other documents and stuff that.
Yeah.
And I did assume, I mean, with the holidays, I figured there was some.
It is a big, important
I just
document.
didn't know legally if, like, because it wasn't the actual recommendation, if we could actually even do it. That's all I was concerned about. So I think it's good
Yeah.
to have the extra time.
Or it's not under a time constraint, so yeah.
And it was even bigger. I pulled a big chunk out of it at the
Really?
last minute, so it was really jumbled there
Yeah.
towards the end. So
I'm not sure that our planning commission even understood some of the gravity of what it. They probably don't know the history, which some of us know. You know what I mean? I'm not sure they understood what they were undertaking. That thing is massive.
well, and state laws change too, and this incorporates some of that,
Right.
and those things will be different to you than what you're used to compared to our old ones. So
Yeah.
I think that's a good move. I don't have issues with that.
And so if we have the next 2 weeks, can I just ask if there are references to the state code that have changed? It wasn't really included in the ordinance. Could you just shoot them to us so as we're reviewing it, we can kind of go back and forth
Yeah,
between
rather
them?
than just in the packet when we only have the weekend or,
Yeah,
something
just
that
if we're going to
might
have
be
the
nice
extra
to have a
time
little
anyway,
quicker.
so we can
Piece of
match
cake.
it up.
yeah, thank you.
And are you open to some questions throughout the week here?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, this is as Alan said, this is huge.
Yeah.
Um,
Okay, 'cause
as development changes, patterns of development changes, this is going to be a heavily used ordinance, and so we have to get it as right as we can. No code is perfect, but getting it as right as we can up front is going to be massively helpful.
Well, and people that move into these developments, it's like they almost need a disclaimer to understand what they're moving into, because they move in thinking it's a normal home or under the same guidelines of things, and then they're like, oh, we have a leak, and they call Sean, and he's like, sorry, it isn't anything to do with me, and they're like, how dare you? So it's a big deal.
Yeah. Okay, very good. Next item, number 2, consideration to enter into a closed session pursuant to Utah Code 52-4-205. Do we have a motion to enter into a closed session?
So moved.
Have a motion. Do we need to state why we're going into that closed session?
We should list the code section too. So it's 1C or 1A for personnel, character, fitness kind of stuff. And it's I don't remember, it's D if it's a potential lawsuit. I don't know what it's going as. So
Oh, great.
Of options.
They don't have ABC, but it's ABC, EFG.
What are you giving me for?
somebody's got to make the motion for what section you're going
Oh.
into.
So under A, And I would say D. Are the boxes A, B, C, D? Is that what you said coming down?
Yeah.
Okay, so A, D, and possibly E, I guess.
Will you say what those are so we know?
Oh, yeah, sorry. Discussion of character, professional competence, or physical and mental health of an individual. Strategy session to discuss the purchase, exchange, lease, or real property, and more than that. And then strategy session on the sale of real property, again with water rights and water shares.
No
Are we-
litigation?
Not yet.
Bummer.
You want litigation on there? I don't know of
Let's
any
throw
litigation.
everything. Oh, let's open it up so we can go anywhere.
Okay, so we have a motion to go into a closed session for reasons 1A, D, and E. Do we have a second? Or do we need those reread or anything?
I'll second.
Okay, we have a second. Any discussion on that motion? Seeing none, Ms. Maragoni, will you please poll the council?
Counselor Arnold?
Yes.
Counselor Hanson?
Yes.
Counselor Stevens?
Yes.
Counselor Richter?
Yes.
Okay, so we are going into closed session. We're going to,
And I don't know if I needed to ask this, but I would ask that none of the staff be present because these weren't issues that were brought by the staff and we're not taking any action, and you can follow up with anything
Okay.
pertinent
yeah,
so that we can have an open conversation about it.
Okay.
Since those things aren't
I've
concerns.
talked to the mayor about that and how we would work that, and to ask that Michelle and Steve hang on out there
Yeah, if we, and bring them in,
and bring them
Yeah.
in if we need to.
and we can just track the time on who makes the motion to come out if
There's
we
a
don't
sheet
bring
on the
it in.
back of that I just gave